Welcome back to another horror memory. My name's Masood. This story happened 30 years ago, back when I was serving in the 64th Division in Ormia. Since I wasn't a local boy, every time I came back from leave, the barracks gate was shut tight. The duty officer hadn't shown up yet. In the cold of Urmia at dawn, it cuts straight to the bone. So one morning, while I was standing there freezing like a popsicle, I thought of a plan. There was a public bathhouse in the bazaar we sometimes went to. I figured, I've got 2 hours to kill. Why not grab a hot wash? Maybe even sneak a nap? But when I got there, the place was locked. Just my luck. As I stood there staring at the closed door, an old woman walked past and said, "If you're looking for a bath, go down to the corner." I thanked her, turned, and saw a half-open door to a bathhouse I'd never noticed before. Perfect. I headed down the steps. Behind the counter, a boy of maybe 14 or 15 was asleep. My footsteps woke him up. "Is the bath open?" I asked. He nodded and muttered, "Yeah." Before I could say another word, he was already back in dreamland. I grabbed a couple of towels and stepped into the changing room. That's when the unease started. Not a single other set of clothes. Every locker wide open. The air thick and gloomy. Still, I'd come this far. The main bath was down a spiral staircase. I descended slowly until my feet touched the cold stone floor. Only one dim bulb lit the whole place. No bath attendants. No customers. Just me. I rushed under a shower to warm myself up. But the second I shut the door, I heard them, footsteps, voices, laughter coming down the stairs. Some sounded like adults, others like children. I let out a breath. Finally, I wasn't alone. Minutes passed. The kids splashed and giggled. The grown-ups barked at them to behave, and I even heard a big wash bowl slam onto the tiles so hard my head rang. I thought, all right, enough steam. Let's go see who else is here. I opened the door. The place was empty, utterly empty. Not one person in sight. As if, in the time it took me to turn that handle, they had all melted into the walls. That cold dread crawled up my spine again. I bolted up the stairs. Back in the changing room. Still no clothes, no trace of anyone. I threw on my uniform and hurried to the counter. The boy was still asleep. But now, there was a faint smile on his lips. I woke him, paid my fee, and he drifted right back in his sleep. That night, I told the story in the barracks. Some laughed, some shook their heads. Nobody believed me. But the next day, my friend Omar, the one who drove the Jeep for supplies, said, "Masood, come with me. I want to show you something." We drove to the bazaar. He braked in front of that very same bathhouse. My heart nearly stopped. The door was chained shut. A sign above it read, "Closed for repairs." Omar turned and said, "This place has been closed for 3 months. When you talked about it, I thought you were joking. Better you saw it yourself." I stared at the locked door, whispering, "But what about the boy at the counter? What about the old woman who gave me the directions?" He looked at me and said, "Give a proper charity, my friend. You got away from them by luck." And that was my horror memory. In the silence of the night, shadows whisper out of sight, steps that echo, then are gone, leaving you to walk alone.